Our whole goal and focus is to truly keep patients home safe without having to put themselves at risk and prevent them from going back to the hospital or going to a hospital.
Hello and welcome to Senior Life Publications Ask the Expert podcast, where we talk about all things involving healthcare, finances, and free resources. I'm David Moss, publisher of Senior Life Publications, which is a free resource you can find in the Tampa Bay market.
And I'm Stephen Halstead, sales manager for Senior Life Publications. And again, we're on this beautiful day here at the Parkview Terrace. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I do want to introduce our guest who is here. And I know our viewers are going to be really interested in everything you have to say, because this past, year and a half? Are we at a year and a half? Are we past a year and a half? Has been really difficult in so many ways. But please introduce yourself to our viewers and just tell us who you work for and what you do.
Hello, thank you for having me today. My name is Michelle Navarro. I am the Regional Director of Sales for Pinnacle Home Care out of the Pasco market for the Pasco branch that we have. I have been in and around Pinnacle since 2014.
Wow.
On and off for 8 years.
Sure, okay.
The company has been around now for a little over 18 years and was started by a gentleman of the name Shane Donaldson. He is still our CEO today.
Wow.
And our sole owner. And it's been an amazing experience.
Well, and I've actually spoken with Shane. Originally, we were going to try to have Shane on the podcast, and but we're so happy to have you here. And I was looking at your ad in our magazine, and I was also looking at your website, and you guys have a pretty specific mission statement. Can you talk about that mission statement?
We do. Our mission statement is changing lives through the art of the experience. Shane Donaldson had a great vision of really truly wanting to provide and create a difference in as many lives as possible throughout all communities. When I started with the company, there was only 4 branches. We are now statewide.
Wow, that's big.
That happened over the course of about 3 years.
Okay.
It took to expand, and our goal is truly to become the home care provider for the state of Florida, and to really truly change lives through the art of the experience and really make a difference in not just the patients' lives, not just our senior lives, but their families' lives as well, because most of our seniors' families are an intricate part in their recovery anytime they're going through anything that requires us to be in the home.
So with COVID, how do you fulfill that mission statement? I mean, I love it. That's what it caught my eye, but I was like, how during COVID do you, because you got to morph that a little bit somehow, right? You got to.
Yes.
Okay.
So our industry, we have had to get creative beyond measure in order to still provide quality patient care and really truly still create that art of the experience without being able to have hands-on or be in close quarters with some patients, because we do still have patients that we receive that are uncomfortable with letting us come into the home. So one of the key differentiators that we have implemented company-wide is something called RPM, which stands for Remote Patient Monitoring.
Oh.
It is a console that is sent to the patient's home once their provider orders it, that connects them to a clinical call center 24/7 days per week.
Yeah.
What that allows us to do is but also allows the provider to do, is to monitor the patient's overall general health condition. It can alert us for any potential new diseases that they may encompass throughout their care. It can also help alert us for if anything is out of range while they're taking their vitals. It will connect them to the clinical call center, who then gets the medical director involved and their provider involved, and it all happens in a very short period of time. Some key facts in thinking about RPM is it has reduced hospitalizations by 50%. And as you all know, everything that we have been living through for the last year and a half, the last place that people want to go to is the hospital.
We need to reduce hospital visitations.
It not only does
more than ever, right?
Yes. And it not
Patient
only
care.
does that, but it reduces ER visits by 75%. And for our senior population, this is 100% covered by traditional red, white, and blue Medicare.
Oh.
There is absolutely no out-of-pocket expense to the patient, and it's something that they get to keep.
Wow.
This has not only done all of that, but it has truly improved the patient experience, which is what we were looking for. That's a part of our mission statement. And it's a phenomenal asset to have of something that we offer. This is unique to Pinnacle. There is no other company that has this specific of a console and a device, and that have been able to monitor the patients the way that it does. And it also helps our clinicians be able to provide that extra exceptional care with the patient because there's constant monitoring all the time. But our whole goal and focus is to truly keep patients home safe without having to put themselves at risk and prevent them from going back to the hospital or going to a hospital.
Well, that's really good information. It seems like you guys are really ahead of the curve and really thought about what all that entails with COVID and how to treat that from one specific case to the next. Michelle, can you also go into sort of the process? So we know about home care, but some of our viewers wouldn't necessarily know what you do specifically. Can you talk a little bit about going through that process and what home care actually really is, so some of our viewers would know what to look for in the future?
Yes. Home care is for any patients that have a diagnosis that warrants extra attention from a skilled nurse, a physical therapist, occupational therapist, a speech therapist,
a whole scale of things there.
A medical social worker, which is also great because we can connect them to community resources. What it states for home care, you have to meet certain criteria, and it's what we consider in our world is the homebound status. All that means is it's a taxing effort to leave the home without assistance. For our seniors that you see walk into doctor's offices that are in a wheelchair, use a walker, cane, or they shuffle their feet,
they don't go.
Those patients actually qualify for home health care services.
Right.
But it goes far beyond that too, especially now with COVID. We can just send a nurse out for somebody that has been recently discharged from the hospital, and let's say they are COVID positive. We can help them with pulmonary exercises to help strengthen their lungs. Our physical therapist can go in and will help them gain their strength back so that they can go back to living what is normal for them and do the things in life that they enjoy. We create a healthy living plan for the patients and their caregivers so that they can still instill all of the knowledge and education that we teach them in the home long after we leave. We are not hospice. And I bring that up to say this: it is a very big misunderstanding, especially for our seniors that have never had home care before. It's that fear of, this is the end. No, we are total intermittent skilled care that is truly there to help people
get you back to where you were.
Get back to normal.
Bounce back to where you were before,
Yes.
That's great.
Well, I mean, it can be very confusing. It is very confusing. So this is why we continue to talk about this with people so that, people kind of have an understanding. And if someone had questions and they wanted to reach out to the company, how do you suggest they reach you guys?
Well, that's a great question. We have 94 reps throughout the entire company. Each one of us, we utilize our personal cell phone for those to contact us. We also have a home office that is located in Oldsmar, and the phone number, if anyone is interested in learning more information about what we can do, or if a caregiver thinks that their family member could qualify for our services, they can contact us at 813-814-6000.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Again, great information. And I want to give another shout out here to the Largo Performing Arts Center for letting us be out here on this beautiful morning and outside on this beautiful
Always
terrace.
enjoys coming out here. Yeah, every time.
And if you're not familiar with the Largo Central Park Performing Arts Center, check out largoarts.com. Some fabulous shows, some wonderful venue. This terrace, you can come out here, have a wedding, have a party. It's really cool. But again, we want to thank them for letting us be here today.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us. And thank you for joining us too. If you want some more information where you can find Senior Life Publications, feel free to call me. My name is David. I'm the publisher, again, with Senior Life Publications. My phone number is 727-430-5180, or you can find it at various locations, including 6 Village Inn locations throughout the Tampa Bay market, or you can just email me directly. My email is dmoss, M-O-S-S, at seniorlifepublications.com. Thank you so much again for joining us, and I hope you enjoy your day.
Have a wonderful day.